Does this car self-drive?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got the complete self-driving suite. That's why mine looks as detailed as it does with everything around it.
People, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll make the turns and all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does everything.
Wow.
If you like, I can let it do the next right and left turn.
Is that okay, Phil?
Hmm?
Can we let it self-drive?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There we go. So it's doing everything. Throttle, turn signals, braking, seeing all the people.
So it might be a little more cautious than I would be.
Yes.
Brakes for a long time.
Especially, see how it's really chilling here because it sees all these pedestrians. So it's hanging. Well, these people are going to really confuse the system. But it will wait until all of these pedestrians, you can see them highlighted on the screen in blue. It's targeting them like, I see you.
Now, how will it know that those two women are going to cross in front of us, not into the crosswalk?
By actually knowing their direction of movement, because it sees them through cameras.
That's amazing. Are you watching this? Huh?
And then it should take a left lane change here, and it should take this left right in here as well. So it'll get on the brakes, and you can see it tracking its path, and that's a little abrupt.
Well, because
it saw the guy, and he's like, "Whoa, what are you doing, dude?" Oh, is he gonna sit here? You're confusing my car, man. Get out of here. It's not even a crosswalk.
He's running across a non-crosswalk.
Oh, man. But you can see how the car reacted. It was like, whoa, human, what's going on? Because its number one goal is do not crash. I usually equate it to a new driver, someone who might be a little overly skittish, but is, really trying not to do anything bad. It's gotten quite good. There's over 100,000 of us owners that are helping Tesla test this system with this level of the technology. This isn't a normal level of this tech for a Tesla owner. Usually it's just highway.
I see.
But FSD beta testers like myself have this full city streets package, which is, it's been an adventure.
And so they gave that to you because you drive enough volume?
Well, they actually gave it because I requested and showed that I was safe enough. They actually measure you based off of insurance metrics, looking at your driving habits, aggressive cornering, hard braking, following distance.
How did they know that? Oh,
it's all software. Yeah, they're able to actually look at the car's actual data.
So you had to drive it for a while before you got that?
Yeah, it was 15 days that they looked at me to make sure I wouldn't be a liability, and I passed the perfect 100 out of 100. So I got it back in October of last year.
I bet I wouldn't qualify because I'm too lead-footed and stuff.
But that's most people, because you have to have at least, I think right now, a 97 or a 98 out of 100. And most people struggle to actually maintain mid to high 90s, because it's not easy. I mean, you really have to be cautious of other people, because someone could get in front of you and hit their brakes, and then you're hit for following distance and hard braking, and it wasn't your fault. So it's aggravated a fair share of people.
First time in a Tesla for you.
Yes, first time.
All right.
How long have you had this? This is what year?
This is a 2020.
2020.
Took delivery in March of 2020, so about 2.5 years roughly. Not quite.
And you love it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, once you're in this world, nothing else makes sense. It's kind of like you didn't realize you were dealing with a beeper your whole life, and you finally got a smartphone.
Which model is this? Because I don't think I've seen this steering wheel version before.
Well, this is custom.
That's custom.
Yeah, I put this in December. The only ones that come with a yoke right now are the S and the X.
Yeah.
Based on your little toy up there, are you going to get the truck when it comes out?
Oh yeah, I'm a day one reservation holder on that thing.
Wow.
Oh, and I gotta break you guys in here, so we'll unleash the beast.
Yeah, it moves.
And this is the slowest one. This is the base model.
Yeah.
So this is just one motor. Most Teslas are dual motor, and the Plaid S and X are tri-motor. That's going to go up to 4 motors, the Cybertruck. Yeah, when you have all this torque, it's kind of nutty because you just give it. There's nothing quite like it other than other EVs.
Yeah.
You ever experienced a Tesla self-driving?
No, I haven't, except on YouTube.
Want to see it do the rest of the trip?
As long as we don't crash like it says they sometimes do, yeah, that's fine.
So this is the FSD Beta as we come off the highway. So turn signal on. It'll probably handle the rest of this pretty smoothly.
Do you get paid to do that? Like from them? Or is it just like a volunteer to beta test?
It's a volunteer thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they have about 100,000 plus volunteers right now.
Oh, wow.
All over the US and Canada.
That has to be so weird. I don't know if I'd...
Like anything with us humans, once you're around it enough, you get used to it.
Yeah.
It just becomes your normal day to day. With me, I treat it more like it's my student.
go. You just had your first self-driving car.
Yes.
Oh, you get a trip out of this. So, since there are people around everywhere, you'll see a bunch of little humans populating on the screen.
So this is everything that it's picking up and recognizing. And
Yep.
saying, watch out.
It's looking through basically 8 cameras, mainly utilizing 7 of them for the driving. It does all this with computer vision. It's getting it around this corner. This is gonna throw it off because it's really wide here. Oh, maybe not. Look at you. He's like, "Pfft, I got this. All right. And this should be us. It knew it too. It was like, hey, pull over.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, thank
pleasure,
you,
guys.
thank you.
Now getting out's a little weird. Hold the button on top of the handle and push the door. Push the door at the same time.
Oh,
There you go.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, no
Can I
problem.
get
way.
from this side?
Come out this way, Leon. I think
Oh, he's got it.
he got it
He's a
right.
pro. Let's see if the self-driving can handle the roundabout. Because we gotta turn all the way around. Easy. Wow, it's going right in. All right, there we go.
Self-driving?
Yep. Oh, come on, commit. You got it. It's like, whoa, people.
That's cool. Has it almost ever caused an accident with you or no?
Well, that's what I'm here for, to stop it.
Oh. That's funny.
Yeah, it's not at a point where it can be totally driverless yet. It is really good at what it does, but
Yeah.
people like me are full self-driving beta testers. We help train the system.
Okay.
We catch it whenever it does something wrong and report it back to Tesla.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
It's pretty rare for me that it does anything that's dangerous. It's usually, it'll do like kind of dumb things where it might miss a turn or go around somebody unnecessarily or get a little confused and kind of like freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's been quite a long time since it's done anything that's made me think, oh man, that could have been bad.
That's pretty cool.
2 months ago, coming into like a plaza, there was like a really big curb up in like the San Bernardino area.
Oh, okay.
And it was coming in and kind of slowed down like it was good, and for whatever reason it just started to accelerate. And I had to catch it and turn before it went right into the concrete curb. I was like, that would have been bad. That was several patches back. I think that was 10.10.2, which so 2 patches ago.
Oh, okay. So that's already been good.
Yeah, I haven't been to that particular spot again yet. It was kind of a random thing that I was up there. Sometimes I get customers all the way up to LA or out to Temecula, San Bernardino.
Jeez.
So I was kind of just in the area. Actually, that might have been when I was heading out to see my buddies in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Can't remember. I got a couple buddies that live out in Summerlin in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's been an adventure to see this technology improve.
For real, it's pretty cool.
Keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
It's like right here. It's kind of doesn't know what's going on with these guys. So it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
These humans might freak it out a little bit.
How long have you had this Tesla for?
About 2.5 years. Yep, there it is. Because they were right on the curb. The car was like, whoa, are these people jumping out? I took delivery of this though back in March of 2020.
Oh, okay.
Man, it is aggressive. All right. I guess it kind of needs to be around these California drivers.
Yeah. Well, so this is your car, right?
Yeah, this is mine.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Have you had a gas car before this one?
Oh yeah,
Has it saved you way more money switching over to this than that?
massive.
Really?
Yeah, actually, when I started driving for Uber, I rented through them a little Kia Soul,
Yeah.
a little SUV, and that was back when gas was like $2.89 a gallon.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
around $3 a gallon. Back in 2019, and even then, it was like 45% of my earnings went to fuel.
Jeez.
But if you think about gas prices now in that same car, it was around like $3,600 a month in gas at current prices.
Okay.
And this car is close to like $1,400 a month in gas or fuel energy.
Yeah.
So
It's big time.
yeah, I'm saving around $2,000 a month,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
which is way more than the cost of the car.
Yeah.
It's kind of like getting a Tesla for free in a way.
Yeah.
2020 was a good year with the pandemic because people still needed rides and a lot of drivers stopped working. So I was very busy.
How much is the truck?
It's kind of a question mark right now. I reserved it at 69 for the tri-motor, which at the time was the best one, the 500 miles of range and everything.
Oh, 500? That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But now we don't really exactly know where the price is going to sit because everything's gotten more expensive over the last 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
This car, when I got it brand new, was listed at 38. Now it's 47.
Wow.
So the Cybertruck is likely going to go up in price, and because Tesla's really about simplifying manufacturing, they're probably not going to do the single and tri-motor.
Oh, okay.
They're probably going to do the dual and quad motor.
Oh.
So if I had to guess, I'd say a starting price for the dual motor at about 65,000.
Oh.
The quad motor probably in the 80s.
Jeez.
Which, if that's the case, that's probably going to price me out because that's a lot. I'm not made of money.
Yeah.
Ugh. I would be okay with getting the dual motor. I mean, it should have over 300 miles of range.
That's not good.
And it'll still be effectively the same truck. It won't be quite as fast or have as much towing and range.
Yeah.
I'm excited. They apparently just locked in the final design
Wow.
with no door handles, 4-wheel steering, all kinds of stuff.
Is the windows actually going to be bulletproof or no?
Oh, the windows were never bulletproof. The truck is.
Well, the truck
Yeah.
itself is.
Yeah, the stainless steel body is bulletproof, or at least the doors are to 9mm rounds. But the glass was advertised as Tesla's armored glass.
Oh.
And that was actually inspired by the semi-truck, because they needed a glass on the semi-truck that could withstand debris, because if you crack the windshield on a semi-truck, it
Oh.
can't drive.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be down until it's fixed. So they're taking that same tech to put it in the Cybertruck. And it's basically, it's speculated to be made of the same compound as bulletproof glass, just not quite as thick.
Yeah.
It's called aluminum oxynitride.
Oh.
That's the bulletproof glass they use in government vehicles and such.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was funny. I actually got to be there to see it break when they threw the ball at it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So like
cool.
they did a demo on a table first of just like regular glass and then the armored glass, and they dropped that 5 or 10 pound steel ball bearing from 15 feet,
Yeah.
and it bounced off the glass like nothing. But then of course, if something can go wrong, it will.
Didn't he say something with the vibration of the truck or something, like it cracked the window?
Well, in interviews after the fact, they think it was when they hit it with the hammer,
Yeah.
because they hit the side of that door twice with the hammer.
Yeah.
And if it caused any hairline fractures in the glass, then yeah, that steel ball would have finished it off.
Man.
There was a tweet a couple days later that showed Franz, the chief design engineer, actually throwing it at the truck backstage, and it bounced off. But it was funny that it broke both windows, and they're just like, well, didn't go through. Room to improve.
So you work with for Tesla?
No, I'm just an owner.
Oh, an owner.
Yeah, I tried working for Tesla, but they never kept me. I was a temporary employee for them for like 2 years on and off, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
It was fun to be a part of it. I got to drive the new Plaid Model S. And
Oh, the Plaid?
yeah, that is a fun car. If that thing doesn't stop giving you the power too, like the whole time you have your foot down, it is going.
Yeah.
Usually cars kind of taper off their power curve as they speed up, but the Plaid, it's like, nope, all the way to top speed, let's go.
And then the Roadster too, right? It's gonna be crazy.
That's going to be even crazier, because I guarantee you that thing's going to be a quad motor, and it's going to have the crazy SpaceX cold gas thruster package.
Yeah.
0 to 60 of like 1.1 with the thrusters attached.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So this has self-driving feature, right?
Yep.
Can you run it? Let me see it. It's
We're in
running.
it. Yeah.
Huh?
We're in it.
Love it.
This is the highway portion, which compared to the city streets is actually rather boring because it just stays in one lane. I mean, it could change lanes. I have it set to the basic autopilot right now.
Yeah.
But it should, depending on traffic, it should get us all the way to Terminal 2.
Nice.
So,
So it'll tell you where you need to take over? Based
Well,
on
it's-
traffic?
It's mostly that Terminal 2 isn't really baked in properly with the navigation, so it'll try to take us to like the pickup zone, not the drop-off zone.
Okay.
Terminal 1 it gets because it's all in the same spot.
Yeah.
But Terminal 2, I just have to take over where they split.
Yeah. Got it.
But it'll do the rest as long as there's no weird circumstance that pops up. I've been a full self-driving beta tester since October, so I have the complete technology versus just the highway stuff like most Tesla owners.
So you, like Tesla, do they pay you anything or do they
No.
just...
There's basically over 100,000 volunteers.
Wow.
I've got over 130,000 miles on this car
Wow. What
in
year
about
is
2
this?
years of time. Took delivery in March of 2020.
You're
Yeah.
doing 65,000 miles a year.
Basically, yeah, I did about 70,000 the first year and about 50,000 this last year, and March was the 2-year anniversary. Speaking of the expensive Teslas, there they are side by side.
Yeah.
Model X and Model S.
Oh, wow. And this is Model
This is Model 3.
3. Okay. So what's the order? What's the evolution?
S, then X, and then 3, and then the Y.
Oh, so this is newer than both of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're still making those brand new now,
Yeah.
but those were the original Teslas.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the ones that people usually think of that are over $100,000 brand new.
Wow.
This one I picked up brand new out the door at like 42,000 in 2020.
So this is a lot cheaper than.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a refreshed one. That's a plaid.
There's a
That's
lot
one
of
of
Teslas,
the
man.
Yeah, that one right there is about $140,000 and one of the quickest cars on the planet.
This is insane. I just saw 4 Teslas.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never seen that out of like 8 cars.
Out here, they're basically like Toyotas. They're everywhere. I bet we'll see a couple 3s and Ys. Well, it's funny that we saw a plaid Model S and then an S and an X, because those are much lower volume cars. The 3s and the Ys, they're delivering over 300,000 a quarter. So
this ride is so cool. Actually, I feel like I wish I was recording it on my GoPro.
I am.
Ah, cool.
It's always fun to get the customer reactions to the Tesla experience, to full self-driving,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. That's actually my first time in a full self-driving car.
Yeah, it's been an adventure just to watch this improve since October. I mean, again, this portion you're experiencing now has been around for years.
Yeah.
5-6 years. And what you're about to see, it'll be obvious because this will all change color, is the City Streets Beta, which has been around for just a handful of years, 1 or 2,
Okay.
but not in mass testing. That really started back in October when they started giving it to people who requested it, like me.
Yeah. But gas and everything is controlled
Yeah.
by the car.
So now you're seeing kind of like the dev graphics of the FSD Beta, or City Streets Beta. Technically it's all in beta, but this is the specific City Streets portion that Tesla owners
So
have
most
wanted.
Teslas don't do city streets.
No, yeah.
Only beta.
They, I mean, technically can in a straight line. Like they can stop at lights and stop signs. You give them permission to continue, and they can't make any turns or anything. But this, you can see, it's deciding to change lanes
Wow.
and just navigate because it knows the direction that we need to go. The right on Laurel is kind of tough because it's a 2-lane right. Everyone's impatient getting to the airport, so it's kind of hit or miss.
Have you ever seen it like trip out? Like
All the time.
all the time.
Yeah, and we have this little button above here, this little camera button that's exclusive to beta testers. When you hit that snapshot button, it basically sends that data to Tesla with a higher priority, like, hey, this was an edge case.
Like it tripped right here.
Yeah. So this is the difficult right. Okay, see, that was a unpleasant jolt there. I'm gonna actually snap that back because it's not usually that rough. See, it's really not coming through here very finessed. There we go. When it comes to reds, it'll stop and wait, and it'll start to like target the vehicles in blue
Yeah.
that it sees them, and it'll even say like, you know, creeping forward for visibility.
Man, LiDAR technology is incredible.
Well, this is all vision.
Yeah, but it's based on LiDAR, right?
No,
It doesn't have LiDAR.
no LiDAR. This is
LiDAR.
only deep learning computer vision with cameras. Tesla's
many
actually
cameras
never
does it
used. It has, well, 8 total, but it's using 7 of them primarily for the self-driving. You have 1 under each mirror,
Yeah.
and then the rear view one, which isn't used as much, but then there's 3 up front. You have main camera, which is normal. This guy's just gonna cut in front of everybody. Look at that. What a moron. But then you have fisheye that sees like a full 180, and then you have a telephoto lens or narrow lens that sees for distance,
Okay.
up to about 200 meters, I believe. And then you have actually a camera in each B pillar that's kind of looking out to the sides.
Man, it's so cool.
This will actually be interesting. All this information you're seeing here, this is all based just on camera vision.
You know, I was using line scan cameras to follow a line. Now I'm seeing like
Okay, there we go.
8 cameras working together to steer a car.
Yeah, this is, it got a lot better once Tesla was actually able to stitch the cameras all together to create this vector space.
Yeah.
and kind of that's why we're actually getting this bird's eye view is actually what the vehicle is projecting around it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, it's got some Tesla owners thinking, well, why don't you give us bird's eye view in the, you know, actual car, like being able to back up and stuff. And I agree, that'd be really cool to see.
You know what I think, man? I think you belong on the Tesla team, you know? You should be working with them. You should be working on developing this technology because you seem so passionate about it.
I have been for a long time passionate about it. I've tried actually getting a job with Tesla. I worked with them for about 2 years as a temp, you know, in their logistics and QA when the vehicles would come from the trucks, inspect them and get them over. I got to drive a bunch of plaids. I got to inspect the first Model Ys. It was a lot of fun. But they never put a ring on it. They never kept me as a permanent employee.
Man, we need to hit up Elon on Twitter.
Right.
Be like, get this guy in.
I tag him and a lot of pretty big people in the Tesla world whenever I post the YouTube videos on, you know, challenges or customer reactions.
I'm really excited about the technology too. Like San Francisco, I think they just launched the first RoboTaxi. Right?
I've been hearing about a lot of that in the news, that some companies are actually getting the green light to have driverless taxis, which is really exciting.
It's coming. It's not, you know.
I know a lot of those cars are 3D mapped with LiDAR, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I mean, it is the quicker solution to really have those high def maps.
More expensive though.
It definitely is.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Like LiDARs, when I worked with them back in 2015, 16 in university, they were like at least $8,000 each, and that's like for a lower end.
Yeah.
One, you know.
Yeah, and then aren't there a lot of moving parts in the LiDAR system?
Yeah, I mean it's basically the easiest way to explain it is to think of like a radar system that is spinning at a certain frequency, and then it looks at the data points, how long it takes for the wave to go and come back, and based on that, it can draw like a map. You know, if
like a really high
the bottom
def map.
below the car it took longer to come back versus the car it took less.
It's gotta measure that depth.
It measures that depth in a line, and then it does it spinning. And it stitches it together. It does it at a certain frequency and stitches it. That's the idea of LiDAR.
See, this is where I'll likely have to take over because it'll just want to keep going around to the right. Yeah, because it just doesn't know the difference between these two. But effectively, it got us all the way to the airport.
Nice. And you know exactly. Did it actually? You probably had dealt with going on the other side before.
I've got over 400 hours now of operational experience on the city street side alone, and I've learned a lot of its little ticks and twitches. And what I like with that is I know when it makes a really big improvement or does something different that it doesn't normally do, I get really excited because I was like, oh
they
man,
fixed this.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't do this before. The current software.
If you reported something and then you see it fixed, that's like, oh,
yeah, it feels good.
You know?
It's like you contributed to it. I know the current software is a little rough around the edges. The last patch was actually a really smooth, really well done system. This one gained a lot of new features and abilities in the sense of decision making and being snappy, but it seems to lose or have lost some of its finesse. But I bet that'll come back with the next update, which I think is already about to come out.
I am really, really impressed with your knowledge of the system, and you know,
I appreciate
every
that.
update that comes out, and you know, they'll tell us this is the most interesting ride I've ever had.
Oh, that's awesome to hear,
I've been
man.
riding for years.
That's great.